Yo. I've been bout my papyrus since I've been in it. Put me in the debate, you know I'm gon' win it. If I scream black power, don't get timid. If I say black city, I'm talking about Kemet. If I say black city, I'm talking about Kemet. Primary research and we done pushed it to the limits. All you dudes finished. The king counting cattle up with brother Reggie. When I'm in Oakland, smoking, bro, they love the Chevy. Back in the day, it was the spokes on the chariot. Long procession when the king got carried out to every spot. Woman looking nice as ISIS. I read ancient texts on my advice is priceless. Nubian gold, your ice don't entice us. Beating me harder than counting grains in your spices. Your heart was beating, but your brain dead. You're lifeless. Yo, they ain't nothing like us, yo. Don't try to make me mad. Make me smile and say you love me, man. That's real right there. Come on. You should listen to your main man's advice. Do a YouTube and apologize like Dice. Or the back fade coming like the Antichrist. Egyptologists see me reading and said that I'm nice. I got a Stella with your name on it. I'm like Sargon. You the type of dude wake up and your car gone. Told, cause of the money you owe. Before you stream, you should clean up that humble abode. Like I'm not in city for my woman in gold. I keep the pseudos running, people coming in droves. You catch me on a live stream with Pan-African James. When we building, call us by our African names. I'm for the children. And ain't nothing happen to change. We on that black hype, so we still packing them things for protection. Got connections. My complexion, pure black, that's the S. Make me smile. You love me? Show me some love. Alright. What's up? Trying to get it poppin'. Play one more tune and then let's get into it. Alright. Yeah, and I'ma work cause I ain't going out lazy, bruh. Thought he was conscious, but the homie just played me, bruh. The house of consciousness is going out crazy, bruh. They crazy, bruh. Alright, it's getting kinda dirty in these YouTube streets. The Amin Ra squad, God thinking you dudes weak. Islam or Judaism, where you learn what you dudes teach. The West African rappers slapping with that voodoo speech. All that sub-Saharan terror about a kufu feet. I'm like Norma, that agricultural farmer that grew you wheat for the storehouses. We feed the Hebrews and lead the people when we defeat the feeble. They wanna know polite rip me off, but Sonetta paid me my money though. That mean he 100. And I'ma work cause I ain't going out lazy, bruh. Thought he was conscious, but the homie just played me, bruh. The house of consciousness is going out crazy, bruh. They crazy, bruh. Nubian with the jewels, I rock the pinky. I think Jesus got to save me. A doctor save me, a Dr. Inky. I cop the copper jewels on blue and red. I'm not the chakra doctor, y'all claim woke. But you in bed, you won't pop a chopper, you Grandmaster J. You just talking. Punks turn the other cheek and you will walk away. Y'all gon' have to pardon my Moorish. That's to Harker Bay. I'm on that black African power on my darkest day. And that's my brother Ankh stomping them other punks. We brought them gators to Italy, you loving the Moors. And now I'm teaching from my shrine like brother Jabari. Scoping the savannah cause I'm on another safari. Tasha K showed us Frank record. Young Pharaoh just losing his mind and y'all can't help him. I know one thing, you're a fool if you're still out here donating to Umar school. That shit through. And I'ma work cause I ain't going out lazy, bruh. Thought he was conscious, but the homie just played me, bruh. The house of consciousness is going out crazy, bruh. They crazy, bruh. Look. You showing your hidden colors like Tariq Nasheed. A bunch of pseudo information I don't think I need. Probably lying on the text, ask Divine or Zion Lex. Just get that microphone ready. With Metal Netta, I'm Stone Jetty. A Ujahu, a Saw Imhotep. Y'all probably timid still on them Bobby Hemmett teachings. I'm in Gozy with the DNA. You cats corny and it's killing me too. You talk that black shit, but you look Arab like Gorilla Hebrew. You need therapy, they telling me just chillin', be cool. I'm a magi orchard, you a sad guy talking. And I'm a work cause I ain't going out lazy, bruh. Thought he was conscious, but the homie just played me, bruh. The house of consciousness is going out crazy, bruh. They crazy, bruh. Peace, what's up, everybody? Shout out to everybody in the chat. Click like, do whatever you can. Subscribe, y'all know that stuff. What's up, though? I just wanted to talk about some hip hop to see why I'll be so out of touch. Then talk about some of these conspiracies and a little bit of everything that I never thought was true. Man, golly. If I could have knew all this stuff was true, I'd have been like Cat Williams. Just recording, documenting. I'm telling you, I'd have Cat Williams to everybody. I'd have been such the hip hop conspiracy talk about dude. Don't you know how much I'd have been like, man, this is happening like this. But I mean, being underground and not having no access to that. I mean, not access. That's not what you want. Access to nefarious shit. But I'm saying not being in that like arena because you underground, right? That clearly make you not believe hella shit was happening in hip hop. So now it's hella shit that be going on that I gotta talk about in this conversation. And a lot of it is just gonna be clearly my opinion and nothing, you know what I'm saying? It's not like I could source this conversation. And I want to talk about Drake suing because we need to talk about that and know what's up. But I just wanted to come and check the stats real quick and see what was going on. So I came to the Billboard. And it say right here, Billboard Hot 100 chart history for Kendrick Lamar. It say 4 number 1 hits. They probably got to update that. It say 4 number 1 hits, 15 top 10 hits, and 75 songs that hit the Billboard. This definitely might need some updating, but let's see what they're talking about. And man, I'm going to tell y'all, no matter how much I do hip hop, I don't even know all this material. Y'all know all this material inside out. I just don't. You know what I'm saying? But it seemed like Humble, right? See, I know this has just got a lot of all his old stuff on there. All right, I want to see. So they got to definitely update this. But they got Not Like Us on the number 1 for 2 weeks. This is the Billboard. It's all kind of other charts. If we go look at these new releases and the stuff that Drake been complaining about and all this stuff, oh my gosh. I got a whole bunch to say about that, and I don't want it to be lightweight taken the wrong way. Let's talk about the music first, the creativity and all that stuff. I mean, Kendrick Lamar is definitely who he is. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think they putting extras on him and hyping him up that much. He's a lyricist, and he be spitting. For me, I don't know. I get lost a little bit. I get lost just a little bit in I think I give I don't take away from Kendrick. I often wonder where I'm at in assessing hip hop. Cause as you get older, I'll be one of the main things is wonder how people fall off. And a big part of falling off is getting out of touch. Not being in touch with what is hot to people. Now, when a Drake kind of conversation come in is right now we don't 100% control what's hot to us. I hate to say it, we really don't. We don't control what's hot. Meaning your opinion of what's some good ass music and what's the hottest song that's out on the top 5 of Billboard, we got very little control over that. How do you say that correctly? I mean, you know what I'm saying? If the people don't like something, it ain't gonna go to the top. But there's so many songs that we did not like, right? And I'm not talking about in this battle, but there's so many songs in the history of music that we did not like that was on the top of the Billboard and stayed there for a while or whatever. It's kind of like when they start talking about politicians and lobbies and influences. We got these outside influences. They got that in the music industry as well. They got not really lobbies, right? But they got powerful record companies that can impress upon radio stations and other platforms just how much, something needs to be heard by the people. As the playing field got evened out, we got started getting YouTube and these peer to peer, where you could just click it yourself and they can't just make something come on your YouTube. But they can suggest it to you and offer it to you and it be on the top of your list, and you just be more apt to click it and look at it. So no matter how much we think we in control of hip hop, or we depict, or it's our momentum that's telling us who the winner and all that stuff is, it's still some people behind the scenes. It is definitely still people behind the scenes. First of all, benefiting. Let's talk about it because we got to go from that direction. Can we agree that it's executives and people not in the culture benefiting from these feuds and fiascos, whatever happened in hip hop? We all know and agree to that, right? So we simply ask ourselves, as a company, as businessmen, do they sit back and just let it go how it's gonna go? Or do they get active as businessmen and start making sure they get the desired results from their investment? I'm probably sure we could agree that it's people behind the scenes that when feuds like this break out, they get active doing things to make sure they get the desired results from the money they put in. I'm gonna go back to my battle with Saphir. What, 1990 something, 4, 5, right? When I got to the radio station, this is all me being just an oblivious artist. Not really like, I was focused on the art and my skill. When I got to the radio station to start doing the battle or whatever we was gonna do the battle, like I said in the little film we did, there was record label people from his label there, also like rest in peace to Saphir. People from Saphir's label there, and also media people there. Now, me being silly, I didn't even let my label, I didn't talk to nobody at my label about the battle. But even on that small level, we can see how the businessmen only had to make sure that their interests prevailed, or, you know, they got behind their interest to make sure that it was right like that. So now when we talking about, I was just on this other site that was giving me some Kendrick Lamar stats, and the streams is into the billions. I mean, we know this. This is not, I'm not telling y'all nothing. I'm just wanting us to think about it for a minute. And I'm not, I can't verify the accuracy of nothing I'm looking at right now. It's just a quick YouTube, like you chilling with your homie, y'all in the car, whatever, right? Just pulling stuff up. You can say find a more credible source for this, cool. I'm just looking at what they got on the internet. If you look at these amount of streams, bro, like this 2 billion streams, billion for All Stars and SZA, Money Trees. This is the type of income, and that's just the stream. This is the type of income that definitely anybody behind the scenes would try to do something to make sure it stay like that or what have you, right? So let's talk about what Drake's lawsuit and how we so-called feel about that lawsuit. My streamer been tripping. If it start acting up, I'm gonna be hella mad, but I don't think it will. Cause I don't know, I was having problems with that Nevia broadcast stuff and what have you. But anyway, the humiliation or the shame hip hop is trying to put on Drake for suing UMG for inflating Kendrick's streams, it kind of play into everything we talking about. Not even coming from the artistic perspective, because that's where you can ridicule and laugh and be like, ha ha ha. You know what I'm saying? He lost so bad that now he's suing or whatever. But in the nature of just how hip hop is going, where we have no control over it, and things like this allegedly possibly could happen, inflated streams, stream farms, and all this other stuff, right? Leave the battle out of it and ask yourself a question. Do you want Drake to win or lose? Again, if what he alleges is he has evidence and it's true, would it be better for hip hop to if Drake won or lost that lawsuit? If indeed they are inflating streams, I said I'm leaving a battle out of it. Because then I'm going to have to give the same commentary that we all giving and be like, oh my gosh, how you going to get crushed so hard that you start suing? Right? But think about it for real. If there's some people behind the scenes, think about it. If there's people behind the scenes who can just skew the numbers and make them go that direction so that they could profit, would, no matter how this came about, I don't think the result of that lawsuit would necessarily, he didn't sue Kendrick. So I don't think the result of that lawsuit would do anything but help hip hop. See, this is what we don't understand. And now I'm going to have to be talking a little bit about the business. So, check this out. You know how many artists on my level, right, who don't even understand and know about registering their music at all. I can show you artists on the top levels, but I ain't gonna have to do that right now. We're gonna just talk about it. And I want to speak on Yurik's comment too, because I agree with what you're saying. Yurik, that his intentions is on some punk stuff, like his intentions is like, ugh. But if suppose he won a lawsuit where he proved that UMG is inflating streams for their top artists. Now let me show you how this works, so y'all can at least feel me a little bit. So when I was speaking about artists, you might have underground artists as artists at any level. Some artists don't even really know how to register all their music. They get publishing administrators and so what have you, and they let their money come back still from a third party telling them, I collected all your bread and I got you. Here go your money back, right? Well, all uncollected, this is the thing. All uncollected publishing, not all of it, but all uncollected stream money, where do you think that go? You wouldn't even believe it. Uncollected, I'm talking about the billions of uncollected stream money. Somebody tell me where it go. Then y'all gonna start, for real? Okay. In the chat. Don't chat GPT though, but you can. I'm gonna tell you. Sound Exchange is one for something else, Joe, but that's true. But that's not necessarily. I'm thinking about like Spotify or Sound Exchange would be like so here's the difference. When you go to Spotify, notice this. They don't force music on you in that regard. You select what you want to listen to on Spotify, you click it, and you generate a stream. Sound Exchange don't collect that. Sound Exchange collects digital royalties that are basically forced upon you. What does that mean? When you listen to Sirius satellite radio, you can't click what you want to listen to. They choose it just like a regular radio station, and that's something to keep in mind too, and something to notice just about the business. The difference between a Sirius XM that generates one type of royalty and a Spotify that generates another type of royalty. Sirius XM and those type of royalties would indeed, like Joe said, go to Sound Exchange. No, the check don't get mailed to the person. That's a good one. I am so sexy. Somebody else said probably stays in the lost funds. Nah, let me tell y'all what happened. It get distributed to the top 10 artists. Would you believe that? They only hold a little portion for people coming to recover or whatever, but you could look that up. It get paid out to the top 10 artists. So the Beyonces, and I'm not coming down on Kendrick for being top. Yes, it's crazy like that. The Beyonces, the Taylor Swifts, the Kendrick Lamar's, no, it's legal. This is legal. It's crazy. All of them, if younger artists or if the artists don't got their stuff together, remember I just talked about two different parts of the royalties. They don't get it all. It's one side of it, and I think it might even be the Spotify side that they get. And again, We can look some of this up just to show you. I'm gonna pull up some of the stuff. I'm just gonna put in the royalties to go to top 10 artists. Now watch this. I'm just gonna show y'all. Just a quick, my little AI is talking. AI overview. Check this out. It is Spotify. I was right. Yes, a large portion of the royalties go to the top 10 artists on streaming services like Spotify. Spotify uses the prorate data model to distribute 70% of its ads and subscription revenue. I need to talk about lost royalties because I don't want nobody to think. I don't want nobody to. They just talking about the top 10 artists. My claim is about the lost royalties, unclaimed. Now look, yes, unclaimed royalties can be distributed to a society's top earners, including the top 10 artists, right? What happens to unclaimed royalties? Unclaimed royalties, also known as a black block royalties, are royalties that are not matched to the correct songwriter or publisher. If the rightful owner does not claim their royalties within a certain time frame, they can be reallocated to the society's top earners. So how would this now? I'm not thinking about Drake's lawsuit. I'm not thinking about the top 10. I know how unjust that seems, and it's so wrong. But what they gonna do? They didn't want to see. Here's the thing: artists fought so well, y'all can't keep it. Artists is like, well, y'all can't keep this money to the record labels or to the those who pay out these royalties. And so, okay, it's going to some artists, but now it's going to the top 10 artists who are normally controlled and just I don't want to say puppets, especially not in the video about Kendrick Lamar. This is not nothing to do with him, right? But I'm just talking about how this would indeed trickle down and start to affect things. Now look at it, says the Mechanical License Collective is a nonprofit entity that collects and distributes unclaimed royalties to copyright owners. That's another one that I put people up on when we talk about that. But that's for mechanicals, a different type of royalty, right? But nevertheless, just keeping it on point, if you can prove that some of the streams for the top 10 artists are inflated, then you start to begin a RICO against these record companies. I mean, some type of criminal activity where they, okay, y'all inflating that, so y'all, because, or how that work? Well, it would not benefit the, who gets a percentage of what the top 10 artists make. It's not the radio station, so to speak. It's the others with vested interest in that, like UMG. You see? UMG is who Drake is suing. I could go into my UMG account right now. I'm not, but this is UMG. Oh, damn. Oh, I thought he was about to go into my account. This is UMG. That's UMG Universal Music Group. Now, if we talk about this entity, and I'm with you, what I want to go back to the comment that I said I was going to speak on by Yurik, right? And it's a comment I agree with. If I can't find it, it say Drake wasn't complaining about the behind the scenes help when it helped him with Meek, which is why it's crazy coming from him. So true, right? So true. Now look at what the sheriff just put up there. I hope I'll be saying your name right. He said UMG owns Spotify. Do y'all see how this works? So if Spotify is over there generating the money, and UMG got the artists who collect the money, and they get a percentage of that money, that's like me going to, I always thought about this. Why don't I just go to, let me ask you, y'all. I want to come on the screen. For all my next album, every producer is going to be a radio DJ with a huge slot at some radio show. Think about it. I'm going to get Funk Master Flex to produce one track. Any of the top radio people that you could think of. Now let's talk about the law. Payola is when you pay somebody some cash to play your music. But if they get a percentage of it, right? And I'm not saying that's not a payment of some cash, but if they're getting this percentage of it because they own it, a little portion of the royalties, like UMG, then it ain't even considered the same thing. So they bigger than the radio DJ. I said I'm gonna have the radio DJs produce my next album so I know it's gonna be on the radio, right? Well, they just bought the radio station. That shouldn't even be allowed. You're a publishing company. Yo, wow, I can't even make this analogy so you can see it. You're a publishing company, right? That means you get money off the usage. You get money off the use UMG, Universal Music Group, but you can also have UMGP or UMPG, Universal Music Publishing Group, or whatever. You can just see if I put them right on the screen, right? And so if you can earn money by the use, how much a song is used, and then you can depict how much is used. Come on, bro. So I got a new record out, and I was in the car and I pulled up my new record. I'm practicing it so that I can do these shows I got. And right on top, product placement. Kendrick Lamar, if you look up my new album on YouTube Music, I think they recommend Kendrick Lamar before you see the album that you're trying to pull up. Well, not even before, it's be right next to mine. And I was like, damn, I wish mine could be right next to his. When somebody say Kendrick Lamar and they just see Smash. So you already know somebody behind there making. Now how far down, if this becomes a lawsuit, it's gonna go all the way down to the nitty gritty. And so again, I'm not looking at Drake and dishonoring him, even though he completely got smashed, right? He just got smashed. I don't think no men will listen to his music no more. Maybe some women still might listen to his music. But very few men, gonna be listening to his music. That don't matter because he hit a lick and he killed it. But again, at this age I'm not really thinking about the personal part of the lawsuit. He didn't sue Kendrick, and I really hope he wins. Not to the detriment of Kendrick. Anybody can inflate somebody's streams. You don't have to be the one that's about to benefit from it. Your fans can go and take your video and be like, I want this shit to go through the roof. And your fans can buy 100,000 views for your video. For your whatever, all of it. They could buy 100,000 views for your video, 100,000 streams for your song for like $5, $6. So imagine people with a vested interest. Come on, y'all. Imagine people with a vested interest. Do you think they're not pressing buttons behind the scenes to make that pop? So we know that's true. So, so the lawsuit to me is going to be a good thing for hip hop. They're going to have to open up books, right? And show how stuff be happening that they never showed the world. Think about that. They don't never show the world how these streams is, they going to have to show hella shit. That'll be on point. I want to show you a list where they say my crew got caught up in the hip hop. I'm going to say blacklisted artists in hip hop. And they said we was on the blacklist. Now here's something. Y'all remember when that old blacklist started circulating around hip hop? Damn, I wonder could I find that. See if I can find it. Why? I don't know how that happened. And even when they showed I was on the list, my crew was on the list. Blacklist. Hip hop secret blacklisted artist. I want to see if I can find that old document. I think this is it. The secret meeting that changed hip hop music. So now we're about to start talking about conspiracies. But I don't see the list. So maybe but y'all remember that when it was circulating. It was a document maybe in the early 2000s that why can't I find that on the internet? That's crazy that I can't find it on the internet. I'm just gonna put I can't find that. Well, y'all remember it. It was a document circulating around with a list of artists that maybe that was BET. BET. Blacklist artists. Well, that's funny because the flip side of BET's banned artists. All right, here we go. Found it. Let's see if I can share this. I don't know how real this was, right? But I don't know how I would even wind up on this list. So it says this is just a little evidence that I find out that it actually at one time was circulating. Whether this was true or not, I don't know. It says today I was introduced to what is a suggested list of artists whose new music is banned, blacklisted from airplay on BET. Apparently, it has been around the web since 2005, patiently upsetting hip hoppers for the continuous lack of representation, actually boycotting of constructive content in BET's agenda. Now, you can say that this was a scam or whatever, or this wasn't true. But an official response or source was never given, yet my thought is this. Regardless of hip-hop's authenticity and use, it is a great list and quite compact but impressive index of dope hip-hop artists. Call me a stargazer, that's the name. Well, I ain't gonna say that. Call me a stargazer, but I see how we can take our advantage of this list and turn the negative into a positive. If you are just discovering hip hop music and looking for a lead, whether to start, video to play, and assembly, here you go. So they basically say, let's turn this list into a suggestion list. Now this says Cool G Rap, Greg G, MC Light, Buckshot, Cool Keith. I don't know if this is a real list, but this was circulating back in the day, clearly saying that all of these artists are blacklisted by BET. I mean, you can see. Now, E40, he must have worked his way off that damn blacklist or whatever. But it might have been the case at one time. Black Moon, Method Man, Afu Ra, Capadonna. Maybe you want to say, okay, this was bogus. This was BS. But I do remember at one point, they go hieroglyphics, right? Hieroglyphics. J. Rue the Damager, OC, Nate Dogg. Now, what did these artists do? You can't say that these is all conscious artists either. Dead Prez, you know. But I'm Ghetto Boys, so Brand Nubians, the Boot Camp Clique. What if this was some type of a blacklist? These artists don't all necessarily have being, freedom fighters or political artists. Nah, these are just people with bars. So why would they be AZ, the Artifacts, the Licks, A+, Tribe Called Quest, Cool Keith? Maybe they just saying at this point in time they was about to start playing other type of hip hop. Again, I don't know what the validity to this list is, but if we're talking about conspiracies, right, then we would have to entertain whether there's any truth behind that. Damn, let me see. Now, I remember when I was on Jive, man, I wish I was a little bit older when I was on Jive. But I remember Jive was owned by this South African dude. I thought it was Clive Davis, but when I looked his name up, they said something like Clive Cladler or something. And when I think about it, I mean, now that's what we got to talk about, because you're getting into the industry to make money, right? You're trying to do your thing, but then you're trying to stay an artist and not sell out and start misleading your people. But ask me this, tell me this. Is it the people, us, who changed hip hop like that? Like who took all of, I'm saying, because I listen to some of this stuff and I give it streams, right? And I even help it get pushed further. Is it us? Is it the people? Is it really us that choose this negative WAP music over just normal shit? Do we prefer the ratchet stuff? Like, you can't be acting like they is a conspiracy to make the people look bad, and then you go on TikTok and the people make themselves look bad. Tell the truth. You go right on social media and it be us embarrassing ourselves. So what is they magnifying it then? Okay, they magnifying it because they make that be all you see. But would it take a conspiracy for people not to want to listen to lyrics all the time and start listening to booty shake music? Do that take a conspiracy, or is it just more fun? I'm asking. I'm gonna say this though, and I don't even come on the camera like this, but I'm gonna just say this, and I wish somebody had, because it would have opened up. I probably wouldn't have taken them up on it, but in my whole career, I don't remember nobody ever approaching me to conspire nothing. Like I said, I wish they had, because then I probably would have took them up on it, but I would have knew what was going on around me. Like if they was at the label, like, yo, if you do this, you know what I'm saying? And if you do this gonna happen. It wasn't nothing but hard work offered. You know what I'm saying? So, and then I don't even believe in a lot of the shit people believe in. Like, you know what I'm saying? Maybe do it make me more ignorant? All right, let me ask you something. If you don't believe in the fairy tales people got going on this earth that they fighting over and stuff, right? And it encompasses silly shit like the Baphomet. I'm looking at people like, what is you talking about? The Baphomet? Ain't nobody even talked about that in no ancient nothing. That's some shit comes straight up out of European mysticism. The Baphomet? I'll be like, oh, okay. So now we just picking scary cartoon characters and like cats is doing shit. I don't even get it. Right? And so I don't be getting it. Like I'm like, do we really do research, or like are we just be saying shit to say something that sounds spooky? Do you know how many Africans didn't live before you? Wasn't tripping off no goddamn Baphomet or no stupid shit. How could you just be captivated now and thinking, oh, they made that shit up. All of that's just made up. Now, okay. Oh, no, you're wrong. All right, let's think about if I'm wrong. They got some demon that they pray to. Well, what's your shit going on in your book? Demons can beat you and stuff? Oh, yeah, that's because we weak mortals and shit, right? And demons is like to come in. Man, that shit's stupid. Cats don't want to be accountable for their bad, negative, evil inheritance. That's all a part of you. And you struggle with it and you make up little fake shit like demons. It's you. All your head, all your thoughts. Deal with that. Instead of trying to make it on some other shit, then you can be like, okay, I'm fucked up in the head. I need to fix this. But all that, I was starting to talk to the Baphomet and then cut it out. Because even the good side of that, I say cut it out. Like, you can't just defer everything off to the cosmos when it's your actions and you doing it. God told me to kill all these people. That's in the Bible. I'm not talking good. That's what I'm saying. Something came to somebody, was like, murder up their whole land. Huh? So that's why I stay off that, but I'm off the screen. Let me see. So I mean, of course, a lot of stuff. Now, here's the thing. It don't matter what you believe. Let me talk about it. So you can get some understanding of what, it don't matter what you believe so much, right? It matters what other people believe. You understand? Because if you're in a world where everybody believe that, if you don't believe something, who cares? If they believe it, their actions will be determined by what they believe. And if you ain't in power, then you can't just put out no mandate that say, we ain't dealing with that no more. Right? And so don't think that just because I share my opinion on how to assess that, So you make up all that stuff, and if you want to just make up heck of evil characters that could beat the good ones, then you already got like you ain't got no defender character that you made up that just kill those whenever they come. I'm gonna make you up one right now, right? So here go your new character to inject into all these fairy tales. It's one that protects you and defends you, and the Baphomet can never get to you. Because if God's slipping like that and he letting all these demons take you over, then make up some new one that don't let that happen. Simple as that. This shit work. Make it up right now. He prevents your evil and negative thoughts that you be saying, oh, some demons or some shit. Make it up. You made up all that other shit, or somebody else made up all that other stuff. So feel free to create your character that help you. Instead of all this spooky shit that, oh, the black man cursed. What? So now you, all right, I'm going off the camera since they blurred me out. So now you fell into a story where in the story you're cursed. Wow. So do I not believe that the occult exists? Of course I know the occult exists. But what they tapping into, they put a European spin on African knowledge, bro. They start messing it all up. So now they're going to make the UAPs fit into that story, and UAPs is about to be demons and angels and shit. All right, well, how do I know that unidentified aerial phenomenon ain't demons and angels? I don't. Right? I'm not, who am I? But I'm like, dog, I'm not really about to take nothing physical and put it into, I'm not going to do it like that. No, not necessarily American gods, but you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about I mean, I could go to Africa too, and I'm not meaning to say that all of this stuff, dude, we got to just be clear. Somebody made all that stuff up. I'm talking about the things that entail religion, but I wasn't even in religion. You got to notice I was off into the occult where they go and if you look up, I'm just going to put it on the screen. Baphomet. This is what I was talking about, right? The stuff that people be talking about, oh, let's just go look at the history of this and just stop it when we read the history. Main articles, history of the Knights Templar and trials of the Knights Templar. The name Baphomet appeared in July 1098. So, in a letter about the siege of Antioch by the French crusader Anselm of Ribemont, and the next day dawned, the called loudly upon Baphomet, and we prayed silently in the hearts of God. Then we attacked the forces. We attacked and forced all of them outside the city walls. This is why I be like, see, July, about 1,000 years ago, I don't even think there's nothing black people should ever be talking about. Like, and blaming stuff on this. He's seen the Baphomet. Get that stuff out, bro. We got to get on these real problems. You know what I'm saying? They made that's some Masonic something. Ain't got nothing to do with let's free our black minds. and understand, like I said, make up your deity, understand in the power of creation, you got all that. Who thought that up real quick? In 1098. So let that go. Now, this is what even make me more crazy is if I mean, you know, I actually think it's more practical to look at some of these unidentified aerial phenomena as maybe something else living on the earth or in the universe or technology before demons and stuff like that. And why it always go negative? Why has not one person said that the unidentified aerial phenomenon is angels? Ain't nobody said that, huh? Angels hovering over the nuclear facilities trying to make sure y'all don't blow nothing up. But anyway, I done my little limited studies into the occult and I just thought it was a waste of time. It says, no, Smash Rockwell, I was talking about a show that pretty much was about this topic, how gods are created from humans. Yeah, we can go even that far. But I was just giving it to the little, like they is talking about stuff that, even if your story is the Bible, that don't come from the Bible. That's all I'm just trying to say. Like they let people make up new characters and then so this is the problem. All the negativity that you think the demon gonna bring out is already in you right there. It's already in you. You know, you're just a good person, luckily, right? And you got your brain right. But the people who got something going on, they have to work on that. Right? And so I'm not no psychologist. I don't got the answer. But let's not be saying, okay, if you just go do something bad right now today, that it was something else besides you making a bad decision. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I'm all over the place, but it's just coming out the same energy. When we think about, when I click through my streamer like this, it's been acting up, so my eyes are on, trying to see if it's pausing on me. So it frightens us to know that nature is in you, because that nature was needed to survive before we made up these characters and creatures. Right? You needed to be able to get savage before civilization. And even, see, we got DNA, and I want to show this. I just said we got DNA, and that was not a very good point to switch my thought on. Let me just finish that thought. Because we know about genetic memory, right? And we know about instincts and just things that are innate within the human before they could even think, right? I mean, just instinctual actions, like a infant looking to suckle, right? And so if you just look at the history of mankind, a lot of that was needed. You used to have to hunt your food, right? With primitive weapons. So you couldn't be like feeling all nice. You have to have some in you in order that ain't needed no more. But you feel me? And so that's where a lot of that comes from. Because you imagine pulling some guts out of something and tossing the guts aside and because you starving and you about to eat. You gonna make that into something holy or beautiful? That's kind of savage, right? And so yeah, those are the remnants of the ways man had to develop into a civilized man, right? That don't do things. You think how much right, what was right or wrong or good and bad to the primitive before communication and everything? If somebody was over there eating some meat and you were starving and you just ran up and wanted to fight over that meat, was that bad or something? I don't know. I'm talking about primitive times. And so yeah, my man said K. Dot so creative. Let's talk about that. This battle or over. This battle or war is over. I definitely agree that K. Dot is so creative, right? I don't even really want to even say nothing though, because I don't want to. And you know, it's not at the. And so some of that, like you know what I'm saying. I don't understand. I mean, I understand it, but I can't put it into words that are tactful and kind. You feel me? Some stuff get attributed to creativity that really ain't creativity's fault, right? Or it ain't even the benefice or benefited. It ain't of, you know, that ain't what that is to me. But if we gonna listen to that one song and now you're gonna make me sound like I'm hating. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. I don't think the first word I need to be hearing is creativity. It's another word. We got to get our vocabulary up because there's something else to be said about that. Something good, but nah. All right, so just to break it down, and I don't even want to really talk about Kendrick like that. Let's just talk about some type of the you know how hip hop splinters in directions with styles. Are y'all familiar with Rock Marciano? Of course, right? Well, under the this is just me talking. It cannot be true. But just like High Road is under the umbrella of Ice Cube, and you probably just don't see that lyrically or nothing, there's a lot of West Coast rappers under Ice Cube's umbrella, right? Under his family tree. I would say, I mean, you know, Kendrick is under Dre umbrella, so to speak, right? Am I wrong? We under Cube umbrella because Dale and his relationship bringing us into hip hop. And there's a lot of people, excuse me, if you could break it down, you can see how people are like, if you look at a so-called family tree, we can see how artists are. Oh, hold on, related. Indigenous just put up a contribution keeping the channel going. Shout out to Indigenous African. He says peace. No, I'm not done with the Kendrick portion. The Drake repetition is good for all artists. The Drake petition. Yep, I agree. He says, as for the battle, some of us already knew there was a mold sent to K Dot since the tailor made, so I don't count any track after. Okay. Now, is we talking conspiracy theory or did that really, really happen? The mold stuff is about gathering information. And the way that the battles go now, the more info you got on somebody, the better the battle, right? Again, thank you for that contribution, and thanks for being a continuous supporter to the channel. So you saying you don't count any track after 616 with Drake because he might have had somebody to secretly gather information on K-Dot. I wouldn't say that would be enough to disqualify somebody in the way that battle rap and all this stuff has been going lately. And I'm trying to address everything I see in the chat. Once hip hop went mainstream and left the underground, the choice of music was made for the youth. Okay. I don't know necessarily if that's the truth. I think it's being kind of like, I mean, hip hop is always, let's just be clear. So I'm not disagreeing with that. Hip hop is always depicted by the youth, but it was depicted by the youth when it was conscious. Like, you feel what I'm saying? And so, yo, we just got to ask ourselves let me talk about some certain terms that we use that I met in my experience where I knew the fix was in. Here goes some terms that you use that was not made up by the grassroots culture of America. These terms were made up by corporate America that affect your opinion of artists. You want me to give you the first one? The first one that's in my head. Probably the only one, but it's a lot of them. Name a term, a phrase that you use in your qualification of an artist that wasn't even made up by black people, wasn't made up by hip hoppers. It was made up by corporate America. Neo soul, okay, not really that, but that might could be one. I'm gonna give you this one. And this one gonna hit with some impact. Street credibility. Bah. See, you notice as you grew up in the hood, you never know nobody say he got street credibility. Let's talk about this. Street credibility. This means that they can it could be verified that you are gangster. He ain't got no street credibility for a rapper is a standard put in place by some people behind the damn scenes that wasn't us. Who cared about that? First of all, it was a point where we didn't prefer that our rappers was criminals. It was a point where that, like, you didn't just prefer somebody who was one to be a criminal. You didn't care if they was. You didn't look down on them. It was exciting too. But you didn't necessarily prefer it. It just was different black people talking their stories. Right? Like, you trying to tell me, because you listened to NWA, you didn't listen to Brand Nubians? See? Or because you listen to DJ Quick, you didn't listen to Brand Nubians? Or somebody else? Nah, we listen to all that shit. Somebody else chose, right? And if you talk about who the people are who run the music industry, then you can know made these decisions? Is it a conspiracy? I don't know if I can say that. What if you sitting in the office with hella billions invested and you trying to make a decision what to promote? A lot of us be fronting, but if you had to make that decision, somebody gonna say something about sex, money, and drugs. Somebody gonna say something about it. Somebody in the room. And suppose that room was just filled with all true hip hoppers, whoever you respect, that you think should be in control of hip hop. Somebody would still say that. I don't know if half the room would agree, but 2 or 3 people in the room would be like, if we want to push hip hop further, we could use the same vices that Hollywood used to promote Hollywood and show that people are enticed when they see sex, money, and drugs. Here go another good comment. Well, comment I want to put up. It says, I haven't read it yet. When you a student of real hip hop, which K-Dot is very creative student, just look at who influenced K-Dot, even Lil Wayne, hip hop wins. And Jackie says it will be dope to hear rappers now express why they are the best. People are the best because they get the most views now. I mean, that's what it be. Right? So let's talk about conspiracies real quick. And let's talk about business meetings that we ain't a part of. So the decisions made in any business meeting that we ain't a part of, right, if they affect us in any way, could be considered a conspiracy, right? Certain men got together, and so that's they're gonna answer. Let me just go slow. If there's a business meeting made by powerful men in hip hop, I'm talking about just even the quarterly meeting, and they are about to depict the direction of what happened in the next quarter. Is that a conspiracy? Or are they just forecasting what's going to happen in their industry? When do it turn to a conspiracy? All right, what about the Conor McGregor Diddy parties? I know that sounds off base, but I'm gonna do a whole video on that. Because ain't nobody talking about that. Somebody says the labels and the radio definitely conspire to freeze out any artist with a message. Okay, let's deal with that claim. I don't disagree with that claim. But how do we substantiate that claim? How is that done? Right? How is that done? How do you conspire to freeze out any artist with a message? So if the artist got a message, it's not getting played on the radio. But before that, if they got control over the industry and if things ain't going to authentically get there by its own growth, then they could just not sign those artists, right? They can not sign the artists instead of conspiring to freeze them out. Think about it. That would be a conspiracy to freeze them out too in a different way, but it wouldn't require labels conspiring with the radio because the label was the one who chose the artist. So it got to be big, big, big all the way up on the top. This is why Drake, again, it sounds like I'm defending Drake, which is crazy. But this is why he is suing UMG, so that it could not be Spotify. It could go all the way up to the top. I remember hearing someone, external high frequency says, I remember hearing Candace and Biggie on the radio before 96, and after that it was all street or party rap. And Shazmu says they could do positive rap if they wanted to, and people would gravitate to it as if it was all that was pushed. I have to agree with that statement too. But I got evidence that the people be doing that shit. Now, I don't want to take away, I don't want to act like this video right here is because it's me. Because really all of the videos that the mechanics put up, right, they get into the millions. So the result of this video 5 years ago, 1.3 million. This is me rapping some Oakland shit. Excuse my language, but yeah. Right? I'm gonna go refill my coffee. I'm not gonna play this song because they're gonna flag my channel. But this get 1.3 million. Now, all it is, to keep it real, the mechanics got a wave. And if you put me on a wave with the bars that I got, then people get to see, and then it's going to grow. But just to keep it a buck, I'm going to show you some of my efforts at Conscious Music on the same YouTube, but not on their channel. And I'll tell you this, even if you put this video on their channel, it wouldn't go that far. Now, this ain't a video. So that's another thing. But on this song, I'm rapping about the history of Egypt. Who necessarily gonna be bumping that compared to a song where you talking about the history of Oakland?
Yeah, with another tweet about some knowledge, man. Hey, why don't you kick that knowledge?
Now I'm asking y'all, right? So I don't like making my songs like this no more, where it's like preachy.
On a record, man. You scared or something? Come on, man. What's up?
If I started kicking knowledge, it'll probably be finito, cause I know the history as it was given by Manito. Ptolemy, the first hotel, Philadelphia.
That's not it. I'm not saying it's not a good song. I'm true to my art. But in the nature of this conversation, now if the next song we play go like this.
It is, man. It's what it is, man.
This the same artist.
I grew up on 8 Deuce Hunted with all my folks. Tall LD, Rose, the Rock, and T-Dog, Smart.
This go a lot further. So the question is, how much is it really just us? Didn't no label do this? Didn't nobody conspire to make this more? I ain't saying this song is more negative than the other one. It's just more real. Right? With no conspiracy, with no secret white dudes in the office making this get bigger than that. So now let me ask y'all this, because y'all know I got a family. And I'm not just talking about me. All these artists trying to get out the hood, trying to get out the ghetto. And what I just showed y'all, just think about me for real. What should I be doing? I should be doing that. I don't even want to say negative. But that's what I should be doing if I was trying to live off rap. Because look, you go look at my new straight slapping, right? It's not going to be getting these results. So Shan made a good point, and he said it's the beat selection. So here I'm with the most prominent producers on the West Coast right now, the Mechanics. And they got a wave and a following that's showing you the views right here. But on this one, I'm with the prominent East Coast producer, J. Ross. And again, you can't compare a video to a uploaded song like that. But you could take this, 8,000 views. To be fair, when I put this on Instagram, it got 150,000 views in like 4 days. But what is that telling us? That really some of it is us. We got to take accountability. You know for a fact when some chicks come around or something, and I'm older, so I'm never in that type of scenario. I'm married. But when y'all was partying, you turned off the hip hop and you turned on the more ratchet music to make it get more cracking. If I'm lying, I'm flying. You didn't do that, then they said, what y'all playing? Is that fake? Yes or no? All right, I'm about to put up a poll. I'm putting up the weirdest polls you ever seen today. We're going to see if y'all cooperate. Let me see if I can put up a poll. I might have to go to YouTube. Start a poll. When don't lie either. Excuse me. This ain't yes or no, though. Tell the truth. Here go the poll. Don't nobody see what your answer is. And I really want you to be honest on that poll right there. When you are at a party, do you prefer hip hop or ratchet music? Tell the truth. Now, I said hip hop or ratchet. You can say, okay, what does that mean? But if you ain't being too technical, you know what that means. Answer the question, please. I know this is my channel. So let's see what we get. I'm going to wait and let y'all hit that poll. And the 7 people, or however many people, I don't want to influence the poll. So let me not give my opinion. Because if y'all think of what what I'm going to say. But all right, let me just ask you this. How much of the club music, see the club and hip hop is connected. Yeah, we need some real answers. We don't need people lying on the poll. Keep it honest with yourself. When you walk in, you gonna hear casual, or you gonna hear like Ice Spice. I don't want to mess that up too. 'Cause now you like what? Now, well, in my history, without messing that up, whenever you at the club and they banging the hip hop and they doing it right, I'm just saying you could just go to any inner city. Don't take my words to be authoritative or like they are ultimately everything I'm saying is true. You just gotta see it kind of be like this. Bro, if they don't throw nothing ratchet on, the dance floor don't get right. And the women control the atmosphere of the party. Now, if the women don't want to hear all the hip hop bars at the party, bro, then the DJ about to have an issue. Now, I ain't looked at the poll. Let me look at the poll. And I hope my words ain't influencing it. What it say? It's 50-50. Uh-oh. See? Now there is some ratchet hip hop, but it ain't like, you know what I'm saying? All right, name a ratchet hip hop artist. I would say, and rest in peace. I like Young Dolph. But he ain't really, I mean, you know, he wouldn't probably like to be called hip hop. He would rest in peace, right? But he would have been like, I ain't no hip hop. But even like 2 Chainz, man, I call that hip hop. But some people don't think that's hip hop. My point is, you're not about to hear Casual at no strip club unless I make a ratchet song, right? And so the question was really, we got to be accountable. How much of it is us? How much of it is us? There you go. I like reality rap too, right? And I just showed you people would rather hear me tell a story about my upbringing than to hear me just rap about how good I am at rapping. That's easy to know. You feel me? But I wasn't talking about that. I was talking about not how good I am at rapping, but conscious, positive music. That can go really far. Don't get it twisted. But some of it is the people behind the scenes, and some of it is us, y'all. Can we agree on that at least? Nah, I wouldn't call Too Short hip hop. I'm from the town. I'm from Oakland. I would just say Too Short street. He ain't gangster, but he ain't. I mean, you know, it's no disrespect if you want to say Too Short is hip hop. I'll chill with Short so much, like he ain't tripping off these type of conversations. Yeah, Short is hip hop, but he like, you know, he too short. He got his own thing, really. He was just narrating the streets for us. You feel me? So in my upbringing, being brought up in Oakland, California, when I wanted to listen to hip hop, I didn't put on Too Short. I put on Too Short when I wanted to listen to some town stuff. Oakland, the way my city did it, right? I would throw on EPMD when I wanted to hear hip hop. But then somebody from where EPMD at, yeah, they would agree. They would agree. Now I see somebody say the message and lyrics makes it ratchet. Very true. Because you can have a beat that's knocking like that and the lyrics ain't ratchet, but still people gonna be listening for something that catch their ear. That's just my opinion. I'm gonna close this poll and see what it said. Y'all can tell me the results. Let me see. What was the results of that poll? Uh-oh. 58% hip hop, 42% ratchet. Ooh. They say that's all in your playlist. Shout out for having that in your playlist. I got this new one coming. Woo! My people from the town hit me up, asked me to do this song. That's gonna go far for me. Because it's like that mechanic song. It's gonna go far. But without talking about that anymore, I just wanted to say, I mean, Drake deserves some of the ridicule he's getting for suing them, but not all the way though. You know, he lost. We want to, you know, kick him when he down. That's fine. I don't care. But I mean, I don't care is the appropriate words. But in reality, that lawsuit would be good for hip hop if you could prove that that happened. It's not like, that's a very good question. Damn, that's a very good question. I think Not Like Us is like fake ratchet. If there's something called fake news, there's something called fake ratchet. You know, Mustard on the beat, right? Am I wrong? And Mustard is the king of the ordinary, you know, the standard sound. I don't consider, I would, that's those are two good questions. Do I consider DGNX ratchet music? I would say Kendrick Lamar is a lyricist, right? He's a conscious rapper, right? If that's what y'all want to say, I would say that qualifies. But he ain't trying to rap over no 90s boom bap beats, right? But I wouldn't put it in the ratchet category necessarily. I just want to say them beats right there ain't doing it for me though. Like, Not Like Us. If y'all is acting like that beat is a banger, shit sound hella crazy. Yeah, 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 yeah. That shit sound like, all right, now I'm about to start hating. But for real though, to me, I heard that it's like an Oakland beat. I'm talking about like one of your homies who just was making beats, but now I'm too complicated. Mustard know what the hell he doing. Right? So all that complicated, whatever. Nope, just go. Dun, 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 dun. This is my opinion. I'm not, I don't expect y'all to agree. To me, I'm just like, I don't know, that beat was crazy to me. See, we just wanted to see Drake get smashed. So that beat is a dumb slapper. Kendrick will tell you that ain't a dumb slapper. He gonna say, no, it's the vibe, it's the momentum, it's everything else. And you can't even get, yeah, that's true, but you can't get at this. I agree with you, James. But I can't get at the simplicity either. And I'm with Ernest Hill too. Less work, more bread. See, Mustard just know what he doing, bro. He knows he know what he doing. You know what I'm saying? No, that beat ain't different. There you go with that shit. Don't hit me with that beat is different. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. That's not different. You can go straight to any Manny Fresh horns from the old school. That's like, it's a hit record, bro. It's a hit record. It got a wonderful vibe. Kendrick Lamar made that song. Like, give him some credit. You just trying to tell me if you listening to a beat tape and never heard that and dun 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 came on, you about to pick that beat? Y'all over here, I'm still Smash Rockwell. You're not about to trick me with that fake shit. You're not picking that beat off no beat tape. Dun 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 dun. I got this one, bro. But hey, that's why I'm me, and I ain't never had a song that went that far. You feel me? That's why I never had a song that went that far. Don't even trip off. That's me. Shit. I would have skipped that one. And that would have been the one that everybody liked in the whole world. So, hey, I take my own, I got humility in that sense. That everybody liked that. No, he could have killed Drake over anything. Thank you. Straight Bay Area. Thank you. Come on, dude. That's why I said it sounded like a beat one of the homies that just played like that. But I'm on y'all, you know, these words right here. Here go another thing. I don't like the fake. So it's something I noticed. That's why cats don't be really all the way solid. Because yeah, I love or I like I work at youth centers and shit. I'm not the one to fake about what the youth is doing, right? You feel me? Yeah, that hook. You right. You right, James. That hook killed it right there on some They Not Like Us. And that vibe. So I ain't mad. Yep, everybody did have a beat they passed. It turned out to be a banger. Just because you pass it don't mean it ain't hot. Just because, you know, I'm going to start rapping over more of them type of beats. You know, I need producers to say, nah, bruh. Like some of these dudes just be beat makers. They don't give you no input in the studio. And they don't guide you or direct you. All these bars I got, and then you just let me pick a weak ass beat and you say, you might hear that as not, but the world hear you better over this. See, that's how the mechanics do. They be like, nah, Smash, you rapping over this. I'll be like, all right, that's some real producers. Dada had a whole hook. Don't trip, I got the hook. All you go in there and rap, and that's it. Somebody say James making stuff up. That's not a producer. No, that is a producer. So a producer don't even have to make the beat, Christoph. A producer is going to lead you in a direction to help produce the song. An executive producer is going to make sure you got the materials needed. Meaning if you say, I need the Alchemist and I need, you know what I'm saying, to be at this studio, your executive producer get that. When you in the song, in the studio, oh yeah, beat makers don't help you with the song. You're right. You're 100% right. So sometimes you think you go into the studio with a producer and you in there with a beat maker. And you just play the beat and sit there. I'm like, damn, cuz. I need a producer. So I'm just a rapper. But all right, fuck it. The song gonna go like this. But now you know that if you could be a producer, you don't gotta make beats. You obviously now in hip hop producers make beats. But you don't gotta make the beat to be the producer. It could be a bunch of artists in the studio with no guidance. That ain't in the streets, that ain't tapped in. Don't pick the wrong beat. Feel me? And you like, dude, I just was at club, what you call it, 100,000 people. They not gonna be rocking to this. That's more like, yo, our producer gonna be like, man, take all them words up out of the shit and just let a motherfucker just hear some of the shit you saying. Why you forcing it all in this song? Say some of them thoughts for another song. Oh, okay. That's a producer. Don't make the beat and think you a producer and you sent it through me through the email and you ain't said shit about how the song about to come out. At least write, yo, I got this idea and maybe, and I thought that we'd have a woman on the hook singing like that. Okay, now you giving some input. But anyway, I don't think that my opinions, people will see my opinion like that. I ain't all the way in touch with hip hop like that. I'm just good at it. I'm good at rapping. Sometimes I'll be having to listen because I don't listen. So I don't be knowing the artists y'all even talking about. Sometimes people be a hit and I don't even know them. You know what I'm saying? So I don't got nothing but my opinion of what I really learned and know. That ain't all the way. My opinion definitely ain't all the way. Facts. Is my opinion. Somebody said GNX only has a couple good songs. Man, I don't know about that. So I didn't listen to the whole thing. So something about all them voices, like when it sound like you doing voices when you rapping. Hey, what you come, nigga. Shut the phone, let the phone. I don't even hear them voices like that. I just don't. But you know, rapping and then not having no drums is not a new creative. Don't just say creative because the motherfucker don't got no drums on the track. Y'all be getting fooled and shit. Like creative. What? Man, I will go play some Rock March right now, bro. And let them flag my page. Am I wrong that we hear a track that don't got drums and we just say creative? Y'all don't just know what the song is missing. So you like, okay, something's different here. Creative. Alan Gordon. Man, if that's the legal counsel, old school Alan Gordon, what's up? But yeah. I mean, we just say creative. I don't really know what's creative no more. Like when I make my music, I don't necessarily just be like, oh, this is creative. You see what I'm saying? Do you be making your shit and just be like, oh, this creative? Oh, you know what? When I did make something and thought it was creative, is a storytelling that I'm making. A long story is like 12 songs long. And that ain't even creative. But inside of the song, I was getting kind of creative. Thank you, External. He said, creative means it stands out from the popular industry standard. Okay, if we define creative in that way, then, I would say that, yeah. But I'm not taking nothing from the claim of creativity on Kendrick Lamar. I'm simply saying, I know how this shit works. You hear no drums, you say creative. His whole video is stupid creative. But we talking about the music. So let's not, the music, the audio, we talking about what you hear when your eyes is closed. Because that's unfair then if you got $1 million budget, right? And the video, see, that's why hip hop is so unlevel playing field. Because we don't judge off what we hear. Oh, I'm hella creative. Detroit, so this is what it is. My bars are ultimately where I put my creativity. Thank you, Detroit D-Town. Right? And Kendrick too. I'm not, oh, please don't think I'm over here juxtapositioning myself with the king of the West Coast, Kendrick Lamar. I'm not doing nothing like that. Like, so just allow me to speak freely. Like, it's just a conversation we having. Like, I'm on the bars, come on, cuz. I'll say some shit that's extra creative. But I'm not, what I was speaking towards is when we hear music, right? and we don't hear drums, we just say creative. I'm trying to tell you. You just never noticed that. If you peep game, next time you hear some music, and you're going to be like, damn, Casual said that shit, and now I'm noticing it's true. The shit that come on that don't got no drums, I'll be saying is creative. Lance, tell the truth. Cats don't hear no drums and they say creative. Oh, no, 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 no. I'm not the man. You are right. I hope you're not saying that creativity is not limited to what I'm saying, right? So the main is correct when he say the Missy. If he's talking to me when he say Missy, I don't know why you would say that, because Missy has drums, of course. I'm not saying, oh my God. I'm not saying you can't be creative with drums. I'm saying it's just like people say when we talking about Black Egypt and Kemet, historical comparative linguistics. It's the same thing. All right. You like, what the hell are you talking about? So just wipe that off the slate, right? It's simply been a default for us so that if we hear a rapper rapping over a beat that don't got no drums, we just simply call it creative. But I'm with Maine. Missy Elliott was one of the most artistic and creative artists that I ever seen or ever heard, and she got drums on all her shit. So don't confuse what I'm saying with what's the phenomenon happening in hip hop right now. So it comes from rapping over different stuff, right? You don't think Missy Elliott is creative? Some dude says she's creative. You're crazy. Missy, all right, so this is what I want to say. To be fair, because I said let's leave the visuals out of it. Because she has some of the most creative visuals hip hop ever seen, Missy Elliott. But if you're trying to tell me that if you hear her music, and I'm talking to the man, and you don't think her music was creative, I'll allow you your opinion. I'm not the one that I can't take nothing from your opinion. But how could she not? What template does she fit into? Missy don't fit into no template. She made that whole template. And then Nicki Minaj went into her template. Man, y'all got a peep gang. Nicki Minaj just got the most bars ever out of any female. Like, you can say I'm wrong, but hey. But she went into Missy Elliott's template to duplicate some little fake creativity. Whatever. Nicki got her own creativity. Don't get it twisted. But for the visual effect, they play heavily on what Missy Elliott put out. You never saw her creativity, bro? Damn. Missy's sound is unique. There are a few songs that you could go back and listen to, man, and you would be like, yeah, she was, bro. Don't, don't, don't. Even in all her songs, bro. Come on, man. Missy was creative, right? But I don't got. This is what I'm saying. If I wanted to go turn off the streamer and turn on my music thing, and I say, okay, I want to be creative. That's hella silly because I freestyle almost everything you heard from me lately. Not really freestyle like going all the way through, but I don't be writing them bars down. Because going all the way through the song in one take is a little kid standard. That's not a master standard. That's ridiculous. Actually, if you understand what you're doing, when you do one take and do it all the way through, that is a recording. That's wonderful. That's fine. That's a recording. When you stop it and, make sure it's right in all places, is more of a production. See, a recording captures the moment. Just like you snap a picture, it just recorded that moment, right? You didn't go edit the picture. Now that's a production. That's not a real picture. That's Photoshop. So how you can see an edited picture as Photoshop and you don't see an edited song as Photoshop? The reason why I'm saying that is because the artists that we grew up on, a lot of them, they did recordings. We don't be doing recordings. We be making songs, producing songs. I'm not saying one is better than the other, but just know some of that fire that we don't have in the music is because they was recording their shit. They was in a vibe in the studio and they captured the moment of that vibe in audio and with microphones. So when James Brown said, a 1, 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4, bro, that was a recording. You get all the energy that if they don't start when he say 1, you already getting more from it because they about to capture a moment. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, a dum. Everything those individuals is doing at that moment is captured. And again, it still apply to us. Right? And so I know the difference between the two, and I don't think that a freestyle recording ain't the best music. Because you can say anything in a freestyle. Right? So I got hella freestyle recordings all over the internet. That's fine. So why then I'm gonna come here and do that right into this mic right here? I would like to produce it, but to each his own. Like what I noticed, because I've done all of them for hella years, is this process is better. Don't force yourself to say that shit all the way through and make it up all on the spot all at once. Give yourself a little leeway and spit the hot shit. And go listen to that weak shit, take that out, say something else. Right? That's just my process, but that ain't gotta be yours. So with the hip hop conspiracies, I mean, that just was my place to where I was I ain't really saying on the outskirts, I'm right in the middle, but I never was approached with even nothing to conspire about. Right? Like, it was just, even when I was in the Jive offices, it ain't like I got took into a room and they was like, yo, check this out. The closest I got to that was I got took into a room and asked if I wanted to write lyrics for Will Smith. That's the closest. My dumb butt didn't want to. Dude, that's how stupid you could be as a little kid. That's why you raise youth and you go deal with the youth to make sure they not making none of the mistakes you made. Right? Yeah. Who said something about Manny Fresh? Let me see. Shazmu. Y'all over there argue about creativity. I record the scat now. You said you freestyle syllables and place words over the scat later. Yeah, that's dope. That's dope too, Lance. That is a bit of a recording and then taking it into a editing process. That's dope. I do that a little bit too. Like, I listen to the beat and I can hear the flow, but I ain't got all the words yet. But you saying you record that flow. Yeah, sometimes if I don't got the words and I'm recording and I know how the words are supposed to hit, I'm definitely gonna go da 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 ba da pop cha dum bomb. You feel me? And then I'll come back and figure out what that da 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 dum tom cha bum bum bum. And then it'll probably be like, she didn't know I was the one that, you feel me? And then you can put the words into that scat. So, yeah, a lot of people do that too, Lance. But ultimately, I think creativity has little to do with the production process. And I mean, little to do with, because we got egos and we think that creativity is in part of the production process or how we make it, right? But I mean, a lot of that is true. But more honestly, creativity is it is determined by how it is received. Trust me, I'm learning that. Like y'all saying that Kendrick stuff is creative. It's not necessarily that he did anything different when he went into the studio. He expressed himself over the music he wanted to express himself, and he wanted the songs there. But the fact that it's been received ultimately as creative is what determines that. Y'all saying that. Kendrick probably never even said that. Kendrick probably thought that's right up the mainstream. Or just his expression of art at the moment. Right? Drake, on the other hand, man, I don't even know about that. Drake, on the other hand, he be rapping for women. So I don't want to talk about him at all. No disrespect to him, no disrespect to nobody I'm mentioning. I'm too old for that. I see the success of Kendrick Lamar and would possibly drop a tear out of just so much happiness at how far hip hop has gone. Because he, just like me, came about the West Coast wanting to spit bars. So please take everything I'm saying and just the humility of me being an artist to be able to speak on it. And it ain't nothing, my ego, all that don't got nothing to do with my opinion. I don't be sitting, if I hear some shit that's creative, I know when I hear that shit. You know what I'm saying? And so, I don't know. Like Rock Mars, y'all, you like how he created with that template of rapping to the no drums and stuff. You can just go listen to his stuff and be like, oh, damn. Do you think Drake is a culture vulture? No. I don't think Drake is a culture vulture. Because how could you have some bars like that if you was a culture vulture? Like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't saying he's raw or nothing, but come on, dog. He said a lot of creative shit in his history. Do I listen to it? No. He don't listen to me probably either, so that's not an insult. You could respect people's achievements without just saying that you listen to me. But he never really wrote raps for me. He wrote raps for women. So I wouldn't necessarily call him a culture vulture. Culture vulture is like somebody coming from outside the culture, right? And profiting off it. So if you want to say that, you're probably basing that on race or something. And yo, if you born into the world, you really ain't got no choice on what race you is. Right? I hate to say that. And so it be some people who from different backgrounds who like the shit just as much as you. You know what I'm saying? And if they want to participate, and then I don't know if that culture vulture is, I'm about to come up off these other motherfuckers shit, and I don't care. I don't think he's seeing hip hop as some other people's stuff, basically. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm so glad I'm just born blackity black, black, black. But what if I wasn't? And I felt this way. What if I wasn't just so born so African? And I had the same bars. I don't even think you could ever have my bars if you wasn't born African. Feel me? But what if I just wasn't black? What if I was Mexican? Y'all wouldn't fuck with my bars, huh? See? So I'm just saying, if I had the same bars and I was Mexican, what would you be saying? Don't be fake. You wouldn't be just like, oh, it'd just be the same thing. If first of all, you would be like, it's this Mexican dude who be killing it. Jack Harlow, well, he would probably be closer to what y'all would call it. I wouldn't even call him a culture vulture. Culture vultures ain't really, culture vultures don't do it that good, bro. I'm sorry. If I know everything I'm saying don't sound like what you thought my opinion was, but check this out. Culture vulture can't do it that damn good. You say Elvis? Elvis didn't have no slap to black people. Nobody gave a damn about no Elvis song. Right? You know what I'm saying? So that is like a culture vulture. But if you doing it good, how you got to be, I'm talking about not doing it good, but contributing to the art form. Well, who was we just talking about? Jack Harlow. He probably ain't contributed shit. But Eminem contributed. What Jack Harlow contribute? So he might be a vulture, if you think about it. And I ain't on his head. I'm just talking about when I give these thoughts. What did I contribute, nigga? I'm from hieroglyphics. Shut up. We changed the whole way rappers rapped. So what did Jack Harlow contribute? Nothing. So he might be a culture vulture. Now, I like Eminem. What did Eminem contribute? Hell of shit. If y'all is saying nothing, y'all tripping. A lot of them flows wasn't those wasn't in hip hop. A lot of them wasn't. You could say some of it was, he was influenced. Of course, we all influenced by each other. But that's too many what ifs. Your flow developed because it influenced your racial group and your unique vibes. I don't know about that. Racial group. What? I don't know. That's too many what ifs. Your flow developed because of the influences of your racial group and your It's white people who grew up around black people whose flow was influenced not by their racial group. If you think Eminem flow was influenced by his racial group, maybe the way he sound, because he white, he sound white. But his flow is not white. Yeah. So again, I can ask and use the example of Hyro and say, look, this is what we contributed. Cats was rapping like this, right? And we start rapping like this. Really delve at this flow where he linked two syllables together in rapid succession in a way that nobody was really doing in hip hop at that time. Cats was always being multisyllabic, 2-syllable, 3-syllable, 4-syllable in hip hop, But the way Dale had connected them in the 90s, we all learned how to do that as Hyro. And it became like the Hyro style. I know my Hyro, I know my flow. I don't even know what he said. My flow is fly, bro. That was A+. How did he say it? Hyro, I know my flow is fly, bro. Hella people start rapping like that after that. Hella people was sounding like Opio. The nasal. And then from here, you feel me? Come on, bro. But I ain't here to talk about that. What I'm saying is, if we want to look at contributions of a culture vulture, if they contributed, they ain't no culture vulture. If they didn't contribute, there's a possibility that they might be. Right? You just saying flows that motherfuckers didn't have the whole time, and you ain't adding no song that the motherfucker dance to or do nothing, you could be a culture vulture. But some can say, no, that ain't defined like that. Some think it's strictly racial, and it might be. I mean, how about this? Is there some black culture vultures? Culture vultures of hip hop that's black. Yes or no? Could there be some black African culture vultures of hip hop? Yes or no? I need to see it in the chat. If you're trying to say a black African can't be a culture vulture, when I say black African, I'm talking about us. Somebody say yeah, somebody say no. Uh-oh, now we got to talk about it. Yes, thank you. Can a black person be a culture vulture of hip hop? Possibly. No, we got another no. 2 no's and 2 yeses and 1 possibly. Somebody break that tie. I'm asking a simple question. Can a black person be a culture vulture of hip hop? Well, I'm going to tell you this. Yes is the answer. Because all of those answers is based on race. And culture vulture ain't necessarily about race. Hip hop is a part of black culture, but hip hop as a thing ain't color bound. It ain't a color. So let's think about this. If you telling me that some black dude who hate hip hop and hate N-words, like, these N-words, I'm a black man, I see it different, right? But got into hip hop, right? And to make money off of it, he would be a culture vulture. If he's not, if the black man never even listened to hip hop, went to school, got a degree in music business administration, never listen to hip hop, went to college, got a degree in music business administration, went to a record label and worked at a record company, and intends to just get his profits off of his involvement in hip hop, is he not a culture vulture? Thank you. The man said that the man said there are black people that don't give 2 shits about rap or hip hop or whatever, but if given the opportunity to cash in, they will. Thank you, man. So a black person can be a culture vulture of hip hop. Somebody said Puffy. Somebody said Dame Dash. Now, I don't understand Dame Dash. And I don't understand Russell Simmons. If you trying to name them as culture vultures, they're not fitting the description of people who were outside the culture that didn't really like it no matter if they black or white, and then they want to exploit it to make profit off it. Those are your Clive Davises and Clive Cavaliers, all of these rich South Africans and all of these other high up people that hate us. They hate black people. They don't like the music, but they make the majority of the money off of it. Kind of like the basketball owners who hate black people. That's a true culture vulture. Artistically, we got them too, and it's more obvious that somebody from another race would be a culture vulture of your shit, but don't get it twisted. It's motherfuckers who were saying, I ain't a rapper, I'm a drug dealer. They culture motherfucking vultures. Period. Any motherfucker who said, I ain't a rapper is a culture vulture. Now tell me now I'm lying. I hated that shit. Get your fucking ass off the mic then. Telling us you ain't a rapper. All right, when you're a fucking culture vulture, because you know it's money in hip hop, and you just grab the mic to talk your drug dealing shit and say you're not a rapper. Some of these punk ass MCs started bowing down to that shit. I was never one. I was like, get your punk ass out of here then. You don't see me on the turf selling drugs saying I'm not a D-boy. That's another good question. The question is, so is a rapper the same as an MC? Some would say no to be hella technical. For the sense of colloquialisms or, just easy words, just common references to positions, a rapper and an MC would be the same. Inside of hip-hop or a hip-hop class or institution where we're teaching the terms of hip-hop, a rapper and an MC is two different things. And honestly, an MC in real hip-hop is a status that you gotta earn. You're not just no MC because you rap. An MC comes from a master of ceremony. So you're not necessarily never getting your masters at nothing without proving it. So all rappers never was MCs. You have to be an MC, he telling you, to be an MC, you got to do this. Thank you. Master of ceremony. So now if we talk about it, the MC really was the person who just got to hold the mic back in the day. Wasn't even the person who was going to rap. Once rappers started becoming the masters of the ceremony, they took that title. Not the host. The host ain't the master of the ceremony no more. Now it's the MC, the rapper. But again, all rappers did not move to the point of being MCs. Now, what if you got a cipher going on? How many, I'm just being fundamental. It ain't really hella MCs in the cipher. In the real cipher, the dominant rapper is the MC. All y'all other niggas just rapping and trying to get it popping. When I enter the cipher, I'm the MC. All y'all just rapping. The one y'all want to hear from the most, I'm just keeping it a buck. This is how you dominate a cipher, because there's hella rappers and shit, and ain't no MCs. So I'm going to step in and just take over and be the master of this little ceremony we having. Cats don't even know why some people step in and sound hella different. Because they an MC. So yeah, I'm glad you asked that question. Rappers and MCs are two different things. A rapper is not less than an MC. He just ain't. I'm being humble. Not less than. He just haven't achieved that. It's MCs that don't got bars. See, now we confusing people because you would think an MC just got all the lyrics in the world. But think about some of your, y'all think I'm taking something from KRS-One? No, KRS-One been a lyricist, but he's more of an MC. He commands the party, no matter what lyrics come out his mouth, you about to rock. See? Right? You tripped off that? You feel me? But anyway, I built on that for a long time, and I think we know the ins and outs of that. You don't necessarily have to agree, but no, all rappers ain't MCs, not at all. And they could be good rappers. See, all right, I want to build on it some more because Tall God said he don't get it. All right, if you could tell me where I confused you, because I know it can be confusing. So between the rapper and the master of the ceremony, all the rappers in the cipher is trying to dominate the cipher, right? And if MC is a status that you achieve, who is the master of that little ceremony that you just had? Is the one who win the cipher. Is the one who dominate the cipher. And so again, he would be the MC. But again, I don't want to get too technical. You could have 10 MCs in the same room. Yeah, that happens. Just like you got 10 UFC fighters or whatever. But somebody said Nas is the MC, Rick Ross is the rapper. Yeah, and I mean, I wouldn't agree with that. I mean, I wouldn't disagree with that. But in the sense of being a master of the ceremony, shit. You know, you could have to say there's some arena that Rick Ross is also considered an MC in, even though I know you're coming from the lyrical standpoint, Raphael, right? Because there's a lot about MCing that makes us think it's directly attached to lyrics. No, so an MC ain't the most dominant in the cipher, right? An MC is the master of ceremony. So let's look what type of ceremony is a cipher. See? Yeah. So a cipher is a poetical recitation ceremony. Think about it. A cipher is a poetical recitation. Now let me talk to the youth. A cipher comes from a circle. So all these, I ain't saying you ain't in the fucking cipher if y'all straight in a line, but you really not. So I know y'all understand this. We used to get in a circle to aim rhymes at each other, right? You can say a bunch of MCs, I'm not taking status away from nobody. But why then would you look at a rapper and say you're not an MC? They're not real MCs. What does that mean? You feel me? If they're not real MCs, but we know they rappers, what are we saying? We're saying they're not masters of that type of ceremony. And so, what is the ceremony? Sometimes the ceremony is simply just a party. Yeah, that's true. But if that's the case, everything we say is semantics. And we lose the original meaning of terms. So what's a sucker MC then? See? Got you. Then what's a sucker MC? Sucker MCs. That's like a rapper who ain't really an MC. So question Rockwell, which one do I look to first for great song making? Concepts they rap about separate. Oh, you said the concepts they rap about separate the two from me. So you trying to tell me if it was a gangster rapper with 4 syllables, or think about it, that can't be true, Raphael Gary, because Benny the Butcher and them just rap about drugs and shit, but they straight MCs. Right? Am I wrong? A sucker MC. Somebody put MC Hammer. Well, they made MC Hammer wear that coat of a sucker MC. But a sucker MC was basically that. He wasn't really an MC. He was like a rapper, another type of rapper. See? Good point. Ice Cube is an MC. So I don't think MCing is as attached to our lyrics as much as we think. You know what I'm saying? Because if an MC was attached to your lyrics, that's a lyricist. A lyricist, you don't gotta be a lyricist to be an MC. Just a master of the ceremony, but I'm gonna leave it at that. You know what I'm saying? And you know, you could disagree with that and teach me more about how it's seen. That's fine. I ain't tripping. Somebody asks, is Conway and West Side Gun culture vultures? Of course, my answer would be no. But I don't know if anything I said in this video elicited that question or solicited or whatever. Because, yo, I don't see how they could ever qualify for that. They part of the culture. Oh, I don't know which argument ain't working, but I would have to straighten that out maybe when we open up the chat. Because if you was making an example of how Kanye and Benny Butcher are not culture vultures based on what argument though? The argument that what? Because the difference between a culture vulture. Oh, I said drug dealers are culture vultures. No, you got to hear what I said. I did not say that. I said the drug dealers who say I'm not a rapper. Now, please correct that. Please. I never said drug dealers are culture vultures. I said drug dealers who got on the mic and said, I'm not a rapper. That's clearly what I said. Too Short always said he was a rapper. He never was like no drug dealer. He was like, I don't stop rapping. Somebody else who watching the show help me out and let me know if I said that. Tall guy think I said that, so I don't think he hearing things. If I said that, what I meant to say is the drug dealers who say, no, I said this. This is exactly what I said. The drug dealers who be like, I ain't a rapper. And if Gucci Man be like, I ain't no motherfucking rapper, then he qualifying himself as a culture vulture. That don't mean he ain't making slap. But he telling you to his face, I don't do this shit. I'm just coming into the game to exploit y'all. Well, but then Vinny a culture vulture then. I wouldn't give a fuck. I'm on my. Well, really, they on some sucker shit. Now, this is my opinion, and it's just my opinion. Benny and Conway know goddamn well they rappers, right? And so if they ever said that fake I ain't a rapper shit, they wasn't men enough to lead. They was on some. They was being some coming to the drug dealer niggas who they was thought was bigger than being a rapper. So they said I'm not a rapper to fall in line with all the other suckers who said they not a rapper when they knew goddamn well that you sit in the motherfucking house writing multisyllabic bars all fucking day. Cut that fake shit out. I don't give a fuck. They fall, they qualify with everything I'm saying. If Benny said he not a rapper, he was on that bullshit. Now what? Am I supposed to be like, because they got some bars? Come on, dog. That shit don't matter to me. It's facts. Ask a motherfucker who sit around with multisyllabic 9-syllable rhymes, how the fuck is they not a rapper? That's some fake ass shit. The reason why they saying it is to have to be along with this fake shit the white people made up called street credibility. I don't give a fuck who said they wasn't a rapper. They fake as fuck. Shit. Are they a culture vulture? I don't give a fuck. You can say the biggest name in the world. Them niggas is MCs. Yeah, so they lying. No, that don't prove your point. That proves some niggas who lying, trying to act like they something else. I ain't saying they ain't street or hood, nigga, but you a rapper. Shut up. Tell me you not no fucking rapper, all them bars you got. D-boys don't think of that shit. And that's my response to if Benny said he ain't a rapper. Yes, you is. You're a motherfucking MC and a great one. So stop trying to put drug culture on top of bar culture. Well, I mean, I don't know what response Cat thought I was about to say. Oh, yeah, Benny said it. This shit fall right in line with everything I'm saying. They rap, they is MCs. Whether or not, now, if you think that's, look, what I said is if you is saying that you a real D-boy and you not a rapper, if what you say is true, then you are a culture vulture. But you could be lying. See? So now let's talk about Tupac. He said Tupac started as a conscious intellectual rapper. I think Tupac ended as a conscious intellectual rapper. But it's different ways. See, conscious just mean aware, right? It don't mean that you gonna make music that sound corny. It just mean you aware. So think about Brenda Has a Baby. All arguments ain't meant to advance stuff. Some arguments is just arguments. Especially the majority of hip hops that the majority of arguments that you partake in hip hop ain't meant to advance shit. So don't act like this argument has to be held to that standard, tall guy. You just saying it's a simply slope, a semantic argument that doesn't really advance anything good as far as you can tell. Knowing the difference between we looking at terminology. So this is just clarification of how some of these terms is used, and not from an authoritative standpoint. It's simply my opinion. You see what I'm saying? And so my opinion ain't running through hip hop like it's a fact. But I could argue my opinion. Because this is why I feel that way. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's not, my opinion don't change nothing about Benny. Hopefully he can respect my opinion because he's a real one. He know he out of pocket for saying he not a fucking rapper. Just trying to be on some drug shit, trying to make people think something nefarious about them. I don't care how many packs you sold. When you start putting together lyrics that good, cut it out. You're beyond a rapper. You a lightweight MC. You just don't want to be perceived as backpacking no shit, so you go against what you actually is. No big deal. Nope, I ain't making, please, I'll go all on Instagram and say that shit right now. I ain't making no powerful statement. This is facts. Yeah, you could disagree. I ain't tripping. If you motherfucker, what's your definition of a culture vulture? You won't be able to disagree and define culture vulture. You're going to have to redefine culture vulture. Culture vulture is somebody who come into somebody else's culture and eat off of it. So, if hip hop is the D-boys culture, then why the fuck is you saying you're not a rapper? So that don't work. Nothing rock. I don't rock with none of the I'm not a rapper ass niggas. I don't care who they is. They all culture vultures. I'm going to say it again. Any rapper that ever said, I ain't a rapper, they culture vultures. What else fucking could you be? Why you getting all the money out of hip hop and you ain't a rapper? Please. I debate them niggas over that shit. Don't nothing change. That's because we think culture vultures is a big ass deal. Right? No, that's not true. The difference is, what Patar said is not true. Most rappers back in the days was hustler MCs true. That's just not true. It's just you just made to think that. And this is not what we're talking about. See, people got to learn how to have arguments. We're not talking about whether rappers hustle. We're not talking about whether rappers hustle. I'm going to say it 3 times. That's why them niggas do that shit. We're not talking about back in the day whether rappers was hustlers or MCs too. We talking about rappers who say they not a rapper. Black men who tell you while they're doing rap that they're not a rapper are telling you that they're exploiting rap in order for their own personal gain. Thank you. The Madman said my first album was a classic. I appreciate that. But what part am I messing up at? Y'all just don't want that to be true. But everything is the truth. I mean, the truth ain't always pretty. I don't give a fuck if it's your favorite rapper. If the motherfucker said they ain't a rapper, take it for what they said. Don't take it from me. They told your ass. Now it's my fault. It's my fault that your favorite MCs told you that they wasn't a rapper and they just a D-boy. They just sell drugs. You never make that be my fault. You ain't some people ain't. Fans be tripping too. For real. That's why Tony said that. It's fans giving passes and creating new rules to fit their favorite artists. Exactly. That'd be the fans tripping. Gonna defend a nigga who said out their mouth that they not a motherfucking rapper. And I'm not soft. I'm not about to sway to that shit. You ain't a rapper, nigga. Get the fuck out of here. I don't care how many bars you got. Nigga, we in here rappers. MCs. See, it be them soft motherfuckers that be around too much. Highly impressionable motherfuckers, right? That just go. It don't be enough alphas around. I don't give a fuck what y'all talking about. This what we doing. Oh, I'm not talking to your last statement, tall guy. I'm just talking in general. My last comment about the alphas is talking about in hip hop. You feel me? Like you could go walk into a room and it just be just hella followers in that motherfucker. Patasa, he was just making a statement that some got out of the game and made rap their thing. No, you right. You ain't wrong, Patah. You was not wrong when you said all them. Oh, I'm just telling you the point. None of them motherfuckers said they wasn't a rapper. Even NWA was trying to say they was rappers. Doing lyrical songs and shit. And so we simply was trying to talk about only white people for being culture vultures. And I just said, nah, nigga, that shit ain't real. It's Mexican culture vultures, Chinese, Asian, and black. If that ain't so, how about this? What if I just said, you know what? I'm about to switch up and go make hella money off of oil paintings in the LBGT community. How about that? What if I said I was about to make hella money off oil paintings in the LGBT community? I'm not a member of that community. Right? They'd be like, you a motherfucking culture vulture. Just because you not part of that, I ain't got shit to do with what they doing, but I'm about to draw some gay ass oil paintings and sell them motherfuckers. You feel me? It's the same shit. If you're not a member of that and you hop in that shit talking about, I'm not a member of this. I'm not gay, but here goes some gay ass oil paintings. What I'm talking about? Then I'm out. You hella stupid. You got my point. They'd be like, that fool the culture vulture. He married each other. But anyway, I'm cracking jokes, but you know what I'm talking about. It's true. And that's all I'm saying. I love, trust me, bro. I met Westside Guns and Benny didn't come. But I was with Westside and Conway. We just chilling in Denver, hella tough. Them some real dudes, bro. You think we wouldn't have this motherfucking conversation? I'll be like, hey, what's up with all this iron and MC shit? If you niggas ain't no MCs, you some motherfucking culture vultures. You think I wouldn't say that to them? Nigga, we kick it. We be, man, come on, cut it out. Like, we black men, we be having hella respect for each other. You know what I'm saying? We hold each other in high regard. It don't be like you ain't about to say your shit to me because you think I'm about to get mad. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna not say that to them because I think they gonna get mad. I want that on their motherfucking mind. I wish I could have thought about that shit. Hey, you niggas be saying y'all ain't some rappers? I'd have never called y'all no fake niggas till y'all said that. That'd have came out my motherfucking mouth. I'd have never had no reason for calling y'all no fake niggas, but you said you niggas ain't no MCs? Fuck out of here. I don't know who the fuck y'all think. Like, golly. Them dudes is hella cool. Like, we don't just be saying small talk and shit. Do you know me and AG, when me and AG got together, bro, we first, AG from digging in the crates. Man, when we first met, you would have thought we was in an argument, bro. And you would have really thought we was in an argument on our hip-hop shit sitting in the back. The white people in the front seat didn't even know what was going on. Like, how is these niggas discoursing like that and they just met each other? Man, we turned out being the whole tour, me and AG tied in, connected like that. Just because of our discourse when we first met each other. Like, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't like, I'm like, damn. And he like, damn. He talking to me, I'm talking to him. And we both like, damn, he getting at me, I'm getting at him. What's up? Let's kick it. You feel me? And I don't even know what we was arguing over. It was, and then it sounded like I remember to this moment, something I said, and I thought that he took it wrong. Because I said, no pun intended, he from digging in the crates. Dude, my brain said, no pun intended, niggas ain't digging in the crates right now. Dude, do you know pun, rest in peace, died? And I was like, oh shit, I know this nigga ain't thinking too hard. Because that what I just said right now sounded like some old devious brain nigga shit. And that just was bad word choice. We was arguing off of, that, record samples or some stupid shit. But it turns out we wound up kicking it the toughest. You're not really gonna fuck with them small talk niggas as much as you fuck with a real one. Somebody who say something. Or just, oh, how you doing? Good, but I don't get the fuck out of here. Everything you say is small talk. Somebody hit you with some facts, like, bro, what the fuck happened that one time when you won't? You gonna be like, damn, dude was the real one. And so I'm not saying that about me, I'm saying that about them. They got some uphold. I never met Benny, but just judging the character of West Side Guns and Conway, them some real brothers. They not gonna be offended if I said some shit like, nigga, if you say you not an MC, you a motherfucking culture vulture. They gonna be like, you got me, I am a motherfucking MC. That's what they gonna say. And I gassed they beat on purpose. That Conway beat. You know? I get on motherfuckers' beats to make sure they hear that shit. You feel me? But I mean, like I said, Westside Guns is one of the coolest dudes when I met him, and Conway, solid. You feel me? What? That's old school. Well, I thought he was on some West Coast hype because I met him through my dudes from Gold Chain Mafia, Gold Chain Music. They would not be offended. That's only my word, though. And I think Patah said it best. Nah, I ain't got nothing to, bruh. What you think you making me out to be like Malik or whatever dude was, Sharif or some shit? Like, the problem I had with a drug dealer is selling shit to your own people. You stupid as fuck. None of the other drug dealers did that shit. But I ain't holier than thou. I don't care what your business is. Shit, you sell it to the black community, you dumb than a motherfucker. Like, is anything I'm saying not clear? This shit sound real practical. Maybe because I always had, in my whole life, I never really liked the fact that as black men, we put drug culture over just hardworking black men. I always never liked that, really. Like, the James Evans should have got more props than the damn other person. But it don't turn out like that. But shit, I ain't no motherfucking hater. See, this is the thing. Y'all be so boot now we gonna talk about it. Really, if you really want to talk about it, I'm about to catch your ass up on this fake ass YouTube streets. Watch this. Pro-black niggas be acting like they don't like scammers. But a scammer normally be getting over on the government and on these institutions that you say oppress you. So that's what the fuck I be trying to figure out. I'm like, hold on, what are y'all talking about? Now, if you talking about the niggas who come on here and try to get your money, them niggas is grifters. You feel me? But if the black community oppressed and I don't even fucking get it. And you met a nigga who be like, bro, I could get 100 million up out of Walmart. And y'all be like, oh, you a scammer. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know where that happened at. I don't even know. That's just my, see. I don't even understand what the black part about your shit is doing. If you ain't you oppressed, then that nigga figured out a way to get something from the people who oppressed you, then we, see, that's my fault. What we don't like is people who rip off the community, each other. So I'll be like, huh? I don't know. It's just like weed. Just like weed. Weed is not good for you. Right? It ain't nothing I promote. You know, I smoke, but I don't, you don't never hear me talking about it. I want to even show smoking on the page because I don't want to promote that. But let me ask you a question. When did conscious niggas start talking bad about smoking weed? It was the legalized movement. It was legalizing. I don't know what the fuck I got caught up in some fake shit because it was legalized it for the conscious people was talking about legalizing. Huh? So I'm trying to say, where did I wind up at? This ain't the same space. This some YouTube shit. You trying to tell me we was fighting? That damn near seemed like part of civil rights. Legalizing seemed like part of civil rights. It wasn't, and it made me laugh out loud, but tell the truth. So y'all trying to say that when Bob Marley was talking about legalizing, y'all was somewhere saying that that was a bad thing? See, you some contradictory motherfuckers. That's why I don't follow none of these people. How could that make sense? All right, so somebody said, you say weed ain't good for you, short-term memory. They say it alters reality, could cause an accident. I don't know. I don't know what you're saying. I'm just saying, I don't want to be one who say that weed is good for you. Some other people could say that shit. That's not what I want to say. You could abuse that shit and it could fuck you up too. But that's not my point. My point is, I thought when I was young that the Bob Marley was part of a conscious movement where black people was getting locked up for weed and vilified for weed, and I thought it was legalizing. Well, if that was the point, then what is this other shit? I know what it be though, but I don't be tripping. It's because motherfuckers got caught up with their other drugs. See? They got caught up with their other drugs and shit, and they tried to throw weed in that same box with them. Right? For real. Because you might have kicked your other habit, and then you think that this is part of that. Motherfuckers got locked up for weed like it was narcotics. Talk about a conspiracy. There you go right there. Peace to Uhuru Drums. He said, hey, Smash, are you cool with EA Ski? I would definitely say cool with. Yeah, we don't got no issues, but we don't cross paths a lot. You want to know what's funny? In our living in Oakland and being in Oakland for about 30 years doing music, me and him probably crossed paths like 4 times. But I remember he said something to me. He said he could show me how to make a hit. And I didn't really understand that. I should have called his bluff on it, because he probably could have showed me how to make a hit. But I was like, fuck you talking about? That's what I was thinking. But I wish I would have been a little bit different. I would have called his bluff. You can show me how to make a hit, and then come on, let's go to the studio right now. Show me how to make a hit. That's what I'll do now. And I would be like, okay, let's see if this is a hit. Yeah, he's very good. He's a wonderful producer from the Bay Area and been putting it down for a while. I don't know, I think I talked a lot about this. You feel me? I think I said a lot. I don't want people to take my harsh opinion, but I give my opinion like, can't be on this motherfucker saying you ain't an MC. Then I'm gonna take you for what you worth. You're a culture vulture. I don't give a fuck who you is or how hard you look or what your image is. That shit all fake anyway. I'm just saying, some people's image is real. See, I don't want y'all to think I'm talking about nobody in particular right now. I'm not. Just no. That should be fake. Like, you know what I'm saying? Most of the shit motherfuckers be rapping about be like from their adolescence and shit. 14 through 19 and shit. I was wild in the streets. He was 14. You 21 right now. You 21 right now. I don't know about the purist stuff, Tar God. I don't know if I'm necessarily a purist. I'm definitely not. I listen to so much hip hop, I enjoy it. I enjoy a lot of ratchet music. I enjoy it, right? I enjoy a lot of lyricism. When I'm riding and I'm listening, I listen to a lot of Rock Marciano. I like his creativity. He's creative, right? I don't really listen I don't be listening. I study music. So if I'm listening to an artist, I might just listen to that artist for hella long and shit. To see how much he could come up with. Right? And so, just allow my opinion to be my opinion. This ain't a rule in hip hop. And if you see it like me, then you know you're not alone, right? But don't think everybody see it how we see it. There's 100 people who would disagree with what I said an MC was. They be like, that ain't what an MC is. There's 100 people who would disagree with what a culture vulture is. They'll say, if you black, Umar Johnson, if you black, there's no way you could be a culture vulture. That's bullshit. Culture ain't got no color. Now, you like, what? You asking me what? Let me explain what I mean. We all know culture is attached to people's ethnicities. So I'm not talking about that. We in America. That shit ain't, this is what they call a melting pot, right? And so that shit got messed all up as soon as we start doing America shit. Multiculturalism, all this old multi shit. No, it don't really work like that. And so what we have is hip hop is a black thing, right? But they don't even let black people claim hip hop. You just heard how they were just trying to say Puerto Ricans made this shit. Yeah, okay, some people was probably there. Hip hop is black. Shut this shit up. No debate about that. Like now, but hip hop is black, right? But in a multicultural society, so it was started black, just like everything, like Egypt started black. Now, what is it now? That it really don't, it ain't no mandate for no blackness to be in hip hop anymore. You could be anything. That's totally fine. I'm not hating on that. But that ain't, I mean, I don't know what that does, bro. So is hip hop still black? Hip hop is American now. Tell me, am I wrong? Hip hop started black. Now it's like an American culture thing, right? I don't know. You can say, no, hip hop is still black. No, it's not. It's supposed to be. Dog, if we had control of this shit, you trying to tell me the way that they put our women on the TV as if they just sex objects for the whole world to see? Is that what we doing that? Is we in control of that? I don't know. You might see one or two Chinese girls twerking on TikTok. But you're not about to see no phenomenon of your page dominated, right? With women just showing their asses in different poses. I know I'm all over the place, but look, what's that? What's that right there? Is somebody else exploiting our women and then making them dress like they dress and then get on the Instagram and forcing them to take a picture showing their booty? So then we have to say, if the answer is yes, then we have to address how powerful these outside influences can be, because no one is telling no women to do that verbally, right? But they suggesting certain type of success to women, and it is coming back like that's all they interpret it if they reveal themselves in such a manner. Look, I don't even like what I used to like no more because of Instagram. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you was young, you used to be like, ooh, that one quality about a woman is just overwhelming. And then they start focusing on and putting it in your face. Let me ask you this question. Do y'all remember yoga pants? See? You like, what do you mean yoga pants? Now it ain't nothing but yoga pants. There was a time when women was going to do yoga, they would wear yoga pants, which is like the leggings that y'all wear every day now. And they were more revealing. They would reveal the contour, and they became popular like, ooh, yoga pants. When women wear yoga pants, it's tight. Dude, that's all you see now. I ain't been to church in hella years, but I guarantee you're going to see some goddamn yoga pants, spandex in church, bruh. Where the woman just showing every curve. Is that my fault? I'm like, what the fuck going on? I wish I was young. I'm a grown ass man now. Y'all don't wait. Y'all don't wait till motherfucker get to this age. Oh, hell no. That's a ripoff. Now it ain't no such thing as being even covered no more. Remember imagining seeing a woman in a sundress? Remember imagining stuff? You don't imagine no shit no more. This shit all in your face. All on Instagram. Do you know that if the women just took that back and stopped doing that, the world would just be getting hella flyer real quick. Dudes would start acting right hella quick. Yeah, they used to show the yoga, and I would just watch it to see yoga pants. Now that shit all over the place. I don't like that. I don't like that, the fact that I don't like that shit. They tricked y'all motherfuckers into just showing everything. Then it was just, oh my gosh. Maybe this how corny and square I really am. Y'all didn't know I was this corny and square? I'm like, that's not fair. They manipulated our women. Now let me tell you what Hollywood is. And Tyler Perry will prove it. Dude, you only know what Hollywood is? Hollywood is simply the way for white people to manipulate anybody in the world. Right? Say I got my billions. I got a film company Bruh, you could write the script after you choose the actress. So basically, it's some people in the world who can make any woman, almost any black woman, any white woman, get butt booty naked and act like she's having sex. All you gotta do is cast her in a movie. Cast her in a movie. Break some bread. And watch her degrade herself, because we sitting here thinking of the scene we want her to do. Yeah, she walks to the window, she shows a little ass, she bends over, and then boom. And they get your best women to do that shit for some money. That's Hollywood. That's what it is. It's some white boys' playground where they can say, nigga, I'll take your wife, offer her a motherfucking $1 million deal, and she gonna be butt booty in the room with hella cameras, calling it acting. Okay, fine, I'm wrong. Am I? No. Fuck gotta act like that. Y'all wrote that shit so she could act like that. So who gonna turn down that $1 million deal because you want to be in Hollywood? You could just take a person and walk up. You look like an actress. I never acted in my life. Oh, don't worry about that. We're gonna get you right through. Next thing you know, you got a sex scene, and you butt booty, and all the producers kicking back like. So go watch Tyler Perry new shit. And I be trying to explain that shit to my wife. Like, yo, in 3 minutes, some booty's about to pop on the screen. I guarantee you. And what do you know? Boom. I'm like, how did I know that? Oh, am I complaining? Nope. Don't get it twisted. I'm mad y'all started this shit when I ain't in my 20s. How about that? Y'all didn't start all this ratchet ass shit in the world, degrading everything, taking all morals, throwing them out the window, letting everything be cool. Why you wait till I'm hella old? I ain't hella old, and that's just my joke. Like, right? I used to have to go find that type of shit when I was younger. Now y'all got it all on Instagram. Boy. These kids is getting raised in some crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, God. You want to know what's really bad? And I know I'm ranting right now. Dude, sex workers is trending. Bruh, this is the worst. Now, out of all the worst shit that could ever happen, ever, sex workers is on TikTok sharing their experience with young girls. Bruh, it gotta be stopped. They need to ban TikTok. They do. They need to ban TikTok. Bruh, they be like, okay, so I was with the date, and then he just wanted me to shake my booty on the bed, and here's all the money. Dude, I don't even know how to work TikTok. I don't know how to work it. I'm just getting antiquated. I'm trying to figure shit out. And I'm seeing some shit, and they keep saying 304. I'm like, what the fuck is they talking about? Every time they say 304, I'm seeing some sister telling me some stupid ass story. Just coming up my timeline. I don't even follow nobody. But you swipe 3 times, 304, yeah, this is, dude, I figured out that shit just say ho. I know I'm old. I'm not, but they said I'm 49. Now that shit said, it said HOE backwards. 304. And I was like, huh? This is what the world doing now? No, I'm not talking about OnlyFans, Shazmoo. That's fine. I ain't mad at that. I'm not mad at that. Somebody paid to go look at that. This is just scrolling up my feed, and it is street workers showing other girls how profitable their business is and making it look crazy. Now that shit right there is not cool. See, I got all daughters and shit. Like, huh? Daughters in college and shit. And y'all on motherfucking TikTok trying to make this dumb shit look glamorous. Ban that shit. Go ahead, Trump. Next we're gonna talk, not in this video, but I need to talk about black men who publicly doing their outspoken Trump support. And as we come into this new year, I don't got no feelings about that either, trust me. I just want to see what's going on with that. Right? Like, I want to see, is anything that Trump said what you thought he was going to be saying? Yeah, it's very despicable, right? But it's interesting. And that's what's even worse about it. You know, that it's interesting. Like, I'm not trying to say that ain't some shit that is good. That's content. You know what I'm saying? So it'll be having millions of views on top of that. Like, imagine these 304s now. I'm saying 304s now that I know. Imagine if them 304s. Dude, that'll be a TV show. That's a TV show. So it's not good. It's horrible. So somebody said, I love these upside down 304s. Chicks give up all they dough. Oh, damn, I didn't even know nothing about that, tall God. I just learned about that shit like last week. See? So I'll be all outdated. All I can say is it's not just a conspiracy. It ain't nobody behind the thing. Yes, no, let me shut up. Yes, it is still. You know what the conspiracy is now? Just to pay you for some ratchet ass content. To pay you for some ratchet ass content. Look, as Jay said, he remembers searching for his dad DVDs. No need to do that these days. Oh man, don't even talk about that. I mean, come on now. You can lightweight click one tab and be fully on the complete porn page. One wrong click. Right? It depends on where you at. But yeah, that could happen. But you know, I don't even got no feelings about that. I just think they make it too easy and accessible for kids, right? But this is what happened. We supposed to go into our children's devices and turn on parental controls. I haven't done that, and I know 99% of y'all, maybe 90% of y'all didn't do that either. We just bought them the phones and was proud that they had what the other kids had or whatever. Shit, right? Whatever they wanted, you just got them it and didn't put the parental controls on it. So they had access to all this shit since the 7th grade, whenever you got them the phone. Do we not like these practical ass real talk conversations? We supposed to fool each other and shit, huh? I'm glad your wife did that good guy. I didn't do no parental controls. I just bought the damn devices. Gave them that shit. Parental controls don't even work. They'll just turn the motherfuckers off. You trying to have me with some parental controls? They said Britain is trying to make it a law that 16 and under can't stream at all. I don't know about that, but hey, man. You know. Shout out to Uhuru. He said he used a family app and he set the limits and everything. Yeah, I made that mistake, and I'm just showing you some of my flaws. Like I didn't have the mind. I don't know what I was doing. I just gave them the devices. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, my kids is grown now too. But you know, we ain't perfect, y'all. I ain't never perfect on my show. We got work I need to do. So, you know, we probably made mistakes and shit too. But these things that we can identify, that can't be the reason. And it's 3 hours I've been talking. I guess I'm going to go do some stuff and probably start another stream. Shout out to the people who contributed to this channel, my man, Indigenous African, and everybody else who keep the channel popping with the constant and the consistent cash apps. I'll be loving you. Straight up. Matter of fact, I got to get some. Where my phone at? I got to give out my last thank yous to my last. Oh, you know what? My phone dead. So I can't get them out right now. But some thank yous, I always send them through the Cash App. Appreciate y'all. I'm gonna do a history of Oakland hip hop in a way, history of West Coast hip hop in a way that you ain't never even heard it. I'm putting that together. I'm probably gonna make a presentation because there's so many artists that we don't even know about, and you wouldn't have even been able to know about these artists. Like some of the artists who inspired Kendrick. Like I can't say that he coming, but see, this is what I know about Southern California hip hop. They got brothers who been pushing the envelope, like Kendrick pushed the envelope since the early 90s, right? And so it's one whole school. I don't want to give Kendrick to the good life, but he is a product of the good life. We'll get back to reading the Metal Natter one day. I try to do it once a week. You feel me? But he's a product of the good life MCs. Not directly, I don't know if directly, but I could just say from what I know about what they brought to hip hop, they always been on that creative hype. And just because I said earlier that the no drums don't equal instant creativity, Kendrick Lamar's schemata or whatever is not limited to that. Meaning he ain't just I'm gonna rap to no drums and see if it's cool. He got a lot of things that you could say qualifies as creative. So, I don't know. That's my little spiel on that. Again, thanks to the contributors to this channel. Thanks to the people who join this channel. Normally, we talk about Black Egypt all the time. Since it's Black Friday, I might do a big Black Friday show tonight. A Black Egypt Friday. We're going to do Black Egypt Friday tonight. Right? Shout out to the Coop, Plan B, Point Blank Range. Oh, man, come on, bro. When I'm talking about Oakland hip-hop, bro, I'm going to go like Black Dynasty. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to hit them with shit they don't even know or remember. You said Plan B. I hit them with, we're going to let them know about Seagram. We're going to go back all the way to Davey D. Davey D was freestyling in the Eastmont Mall in like 1982, 1983, and he inspired me to this day, right? So shout out to everybody contributing to the stream, making it another good show. I'm going to keep growing this channel. Smash Rock Wellington is elegance. I'm out. And yeah, if you said that you as a motherfucking, you ain't no rapper, then stay your motherfucking ass up out of my section, partner. You ain't no rapper. You not no motherfucking MC, and you never could fuck with me ever. Fact.